enjoy today's events.
Hello everyone and welcome to Mountain Valley Park, the site for this year's the 2017 NJCAA Soccer Men's Championship. This is Division 1, of course, and we welcome you to the broadcast booth. Alex Larson and Egidio Delio calling the action here between. It's going to be a good matchup, Alex. We have the St. Louis Archers seated at number 1, taking on Illinois Central College, the Cougars at number 12 in the first group play action. Now, of course, these two teams met last week, Alex, and St. Louis came out on top, winning 3-1.
Well, we talked to both head coaches, and they said, each team resting starters in preparation for this tournament, that game really having no bearing on the outcome. Each team, the runner-up or champion of their respective division. So it'll be interesting to see with the starters going how this matchup goes, especially with the altitude, because both teams from the Midwest.
Yeah, both the coaches were worried about that. The St. Louis team, of course, and the St. Louis coach, Tim Mosby, he told us his team was huffing and puffing a little bit in practice this week, so we'll see how that plays out here against the number 12 seeded Illinois Central College. And, of course, upsets can happen, and the Cougars are trying to be the Cinderella story of the tournament.
Yeah, well, Coach McCurden for the Cougars told us, he's been here 8 years. He's never seen the 1, 2, 3, and 4 seed all make the semis, and that's important. It usually doesn't happen in tournaments, and so if you can get that early win, you can really catch momentum for the whole tournament.
Yeah, of course. I think there's going to be more pressure on a team like St. Louis, who is also undefeated, not just the number 1 seed, but they come in with a 0 in that loss record, and they're going to try to keep it that way. So I think there's more pressure on a team like that to run the table and not get that loss and try to stay undefeated here. Of course, the Cougars, like you mentioned, were here in 2014 at the last time the tournament was actually held at Yavapai College, and they were the number 2 seed, and they did not make it past group play.
It's important to keep in mind that, this team was here, didn't have their best performance, and now they're back with big expectations. They're going up against the Archers, like we said, 22-0. They're really this powerhouse that has not been able to be stopped, and their offense is such that they really have producing goals from 4 or 5 different players instead of 2 or 3 in the double-digit numbers.
Yeah, of course. The Archers, of course, with 4 players that were all region performers. Defender Connor Summerhill, he was the top vote getter in the region. Sophomore Chris Eduardo, freshman Connor MacArthur, who led St. Louis Community College with 18 goals and 12 assists, and freshman Noah Vazu, also named to the second team performer. He had 7 goals and 9 assists on the season. And we'll be right back after this break on NJCAA TV.
Zone, caught, touchdown. The margin of Lipico and a goal. Winds up shot, a goal, unbelievable.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Mountain Valley Park, of course the site for the 2017 NJCAA D1 Men's Soccer Championship Tournament. Along with Alex Larson, I'm Egidio Delio, and we have the number 1 seed St. Louis Archers taking on the Illinois Central College Cougars, seated at number 12.
Soccer for you all day and really all week. But, let's talk a little bit before this. I guess the host of the tournament, Yavapai, that is going to be a huge advantage for them when it comes time to play. Not only the fact that they are acclimated to this altitude, but the fact that they're playing where they always do.
Yeah, and they don't have to get on a plane or get on a bus and make that trip, stay at a hotel. All these guys are staying comfortably at their own homes. Didn't have to make the long drive. Only, I think, 2.5 miles away from campus here. So a very short drive, a few minutes away. Definitely a big advantage in a setting like this, in a tournament like this for Yavapai. And as we get set here, Alex, getting set to kick off, the Archers in the light blue and the Cougars in the darker blue. So here we go. It's the number 1 seed taking on the number 12 seed. Will we see an upset? The Cougars hope so. And head coach Oz Bakirden in his 18th season leading the Cougars.
Bakirden was really optimistic when we spoke to him before. Wasn't worried about the outcome of last game, obviously, and really looking forward and having some great optimism.
Here we go, the Cougars getting the ball first. And we'll see if the Archers can maintain the momentum that they've had all season long, of course, to a perfect 22-0 record. Ball goes out of play. Will be a throw-in from the Cougars. They're playing it on the Archers' side of the field now. And goes out of play once again. It'll remain Illinois Central ball.
These two teams aren't going to waste much time getting to know each other because, like we said, they already do know each other. You see in the first 5 to 10 minutes of a soccer game just kind of back and forth. But these teams are going to go right at the throats of each other. Yeah,
the Cougars were attacking early, and Coach Oz said they're going to be playing with a little more curiosity here in this game. There's going to be a little more, as he said, to quote him, a little more bite to this game than last week, in which the Cougars lost 3-1 against St. Louis.
And absolutely, they're each representing kind of their respective regions.
In the box now, the Archers looking to make something happen.
And so they each want to have that, dominance of that region and come home knowing that they represented well. And there's obviously going to be that rivalry, kind of cross-state and cross-town rivalry like always.
Of course, both these schools from the Midwest as the Archers get set up for a corner kick here. Bend it in to the center of the field. They take a shot. The Archers is no good. 2 shots taken and knocked away by the goalkeeper of the Cougars. And the Archers do maintain possession, but early on, Alex, 2 shots taken, a goal, perhaps a third coming up here as the ball goes out of play.
My gosh, what a sequence. Starting from the set piece in the corner. That ball was perfect, and it was beautifully set down on the foot. Nice job letting that bounce one time so it wasn't unsettled. But then that second shot, the save in there to react to the high shot, absolutely incredible, and it should already be 1-0.
Yeah, Bojan Bobanik, the goalkeeper from Croatia for the Cougars. He kicks it away, doing a great job, especially that second save by Bobanek, punching it away, keeping it a scoreless 0-0 game early on.
How about some excitement early in the first 3 minutes? That's earlier than I would have even thought or expected.
Yeah, way too early, but I guess these teams have woken up, and of course with stakes like this, you have to be woken up. I'm sure that both teams are nervous, both teams are excited coming into today's game, and of course a team like the Cougars, they have something to prove going against the powerhouse Archers.
Well, and last time these two teams faced, 2 goals for the Cougars called off from offside, so that's going to be important to see the runs and the marking.
And now the Cougars threatening. Of course, that was that last game. Also, St. Louis went up 3-0 at half. So the Cougars here will try to prevent that this game, this matchup.
Can't concede that hole. I mean, you're playing 3-0 down in soccer. That's pretty much like nearly impossible to come back, and especially giving up 3 in the first half. Good thing they didn't allow that to happen this first sequence.
Yeah, that's pretty much like putting the ball on and wrapping the present up. It's done. Send it away.
especially to a #1 seed like this St. Louis team who will bury you. Absolutely no room for mistakes.
Number 9, David Gallick, was the only goal scorer for the Cougars the last time these two teams met. As this ball will go out of play, it'll be a throw-in for St. Louis. Back to the keeper, Braden Pasillas. And here come the Archers, playing at the right side of the field. Oh, taken away by Illinois Central, but the Archers sticking with the attack. They're playing aggressive soccer here early on, Alex.
Yeah, well, it just looks like right now that the Archers are overmatching the Cougars. Just hustle and skill right now. The touch of their balls are far better, and they're able to control these balls so they're not losing it on the initial dribble.
Ball back to Bakri, Ademola Bakri from London, England. His pass is intercepted by Connor Summerhill. Charlie Norman taken away back by the Cougars.
Summerhill is going to be a key to this game, like you said. Selected to the all-league team.
Ademola Bakri. That's David Alvarez Fernandez from Barcelona, Spain. And goes out of play once again. But, of course, you also have to think, Alex, early on in this game, only a few minutes into the matchup, is St. Louis just kind of backing up and letting the Cougars come to them? Of course, Illinois has to be playing with more pressure here.
Well, it seemed like they did. I mean, the sequence we saw here with the 2 shots came off a Cougars mistake. So they're just playing their own game, not really forcing anything and taking whatever they're given. A couple times they've had the passes over the top for the touch lobs, and that's worked.
Yeah, the Archers are letting the Cougars make the mistakes and then pouncing on them. As here is a free kick by the Cougars. That was a good setup, but St. Louis could not handle it.
Defensively, nice job there, holding the offenseman outside the box without really impeding him, so a foul couldn't be called. And that was actually a good set piece. Had a chance.
Braden Pasillas from Winnipeg, Canada, started 21 out of the 22 games for the Archers. Ball taken by the Cougars. That's Vincent Foreman Garcia.
10 goals for him. I mean, this St. Louis defense just collapsing on everything, not giving the Cougars even a shot to find anything.
Oh, let's go open man for the Cougars. That's number 14, Garcia, once again. Trying to set it up inside. But there's St. Louis playing great defense.
Well, if those passes continue to happen like we saw out there to Foreman Garcia, it's going to be interesting to see if the Cougars will continue to stay onside, because clear chance where he could have gone off there, and a good job of not doing so, but can't expect that the whole game long.
Yeah, good point there, Alex. Here comes the Archers, so dangerous this season. Of course, the first time that the Archers have made it to the NJCAA tournament.
What a way to do so.
Yeah, coming in hot, undefeated, 22-0. As a throw-in by the Cougars.
They have the target on their back. They are the team to beat. Anytime you have that goose egg and, you know, that win column, 22, that's huge.
Well, when we talked to Tim Mosby, the Archers coach in his 4th season as the head coach of St. Louis, he said, well, it's a new season. I asked him, are you playing with more pressure coming in undefeated? He said, no, it's a brand new season. We're not looking at it that way. We're all 0-0. So that's a good mentality to have if you're an undefeated team. You can't worry about that first loss.
That's absolutely right. And really the case in any sport. I mean, the playoffs are a new season. Each team has different momentum, trying new things.
Ball stolen away by St. Louis. And here they come, the Archers, rolling on. Slicing through this defense. And taken away intercepted by the Cougars.
Yeah, nothing really to show after those first two shots for St. Louis. They've really been off the ball, and the Cougars have been taking it.
Yeah, they've been laying back a little bit. And the Cougars now have been threatening these last few minutes. Taking 2 shots on goal. A little scramble down there. But no foul, no worry.
Wanted something in the box, but seems like that was just a sell to get a call.
And once again, Brandon Pasilla, the sophomore from Winnipeg, Canada, will kick it away from his box. He's only 3 goals in his last 5 matches. It's been a big success, a reason why for the success of the Archers here this season.
Tell you what, this Archers team, 92 goals for, only 11 against. So, yeah, that has been a strength offensively and defensively. But the defense has really created offense for this Archer squad.
Yeah, that's an impressive stat right there for the Archers. That's why they're the favorite. That's why they're the #1 team, and that's why they're undefeated this season so far. Bakri gets it to Sadlow and intercepted by the Archers. And here comes St. Louis. I don't know where that pass was to.
Seems like those passes have been pretty errant the last 4 or 5 minutes for the Archers.
Yeah, they cannot be caught off guard here, and it can happen in one of these games. This could be a trap game for St. Louis as that ball goes out of play.
Well, you watch the first 5 minutes and you think, no way, it's going to be a trap game for St. Louis after that start. But now they've kind of fallen into a little bit of a lull. Was very impressed by how fast they came out, got their legs underneath them, but it's kind of slowed down here.
Yeah, definitely. I was like, okay, now I can see why they're undefeated.
Exactly. I was thinking the same thing. And that's just not going to be a good goal kick. Got to get that further.
Yeah, that's way too low there in the field as we're at the 33-minute mark here. Of course, the Cougars coming in with a 10-8-2 record.
Cougars also sitting at 770 feet above sea level. We're about a mile high up here.
You don't get this kind of elevation in the Midwest. I grew up in Michigan, so a little bit different out here.
Much different, especially for soccer players. Coaches both said they heard a lot of huffing and puffing. Got guys using the masks and the altitude masks, trying to train and acclimatize. See which teams can really do the best job, because the teams that can are going to have the most stamina, and that's going to help them in the long run.
Of course, there's going to be a throw-in by St. Louis.
It's a good ball. That's a great ball.
Yeah, great spot. Great punch by Bojan Bobanak, the goalie from Croatia. His 3rd save so far.
And now defense to offense here.
And here come the Cougars.
Nice ball and an offside called. The flag is up.
Yep.
Exactly what we talked about. It's exactly what couldn't happen. And if you hold that foot for 1-2 more seconds, you're going to get that. But now it's a turnover.
Nikola Vujovic got called there for the offsides, the sophomore from Serbia. A great point once again, Alex, that you can't let that happen, especially when you're playing up a powerhouse like St. Louis.
They're going to capitalize on this, or hope to at least.
Here are the Archers, not set up inside, but great defending by Takuma Sadlow. But the Archers get the ball back.
Great defense right there. That was a beautiful through ball, searching for a one-touch. Able to intervene and put his foot in there, kick that ball out.
.31-minute mark here, 0-0 still in this first group play action between the #1 seed St. Louis Archers and the #12 seed Illinois Central College Cougars from Mountain Valley Park. And what a beautiful field and beautiful park all around here to host this tournament as Bojan Bobanek jumps on it. and makes the save.
So we're probably going to see a lot more during the tournament. You got this kind of grass bowl around us. See a lot of the teams gathering on this kind of slope to watch these games, especially with how nice it is outside. They're not really zapping too much energy.
Yeah, beautiful day to watch some soccer, and we're going to be watching a whole lot of it. We'll be here with you guys all week long, calling all the action for this tournament.
Cannot wait. Full of excitement. Sure, the two teams that any of us thought would be there by Saturday may not be there. I mean, whoever that may be, there's going to be a lot of surprises. There always is. It's the great part about college soccer.
Yeah, of course, in tournaments like this,
Yep.
is always unexpected. And you never know, there's a Cougar down on the field.
Holding his eye.
That's a big key to the Cougars' offense there. Ademola Bakri, a sophomore from Manchester. He seems to be okay.
A little bit shaken up. Good to see him get back up.
We've said his name a few times so far in this broadcast. He's been crucial on defense mostly this game. The midfielder from the UK.
I think one of the things I'm most excited for in the tournament is just, the sense of, not knowing what's going to happen, any upsets, what amazing goals we might see.
Yeah, still waiting for the first goal of the tournament at the 30-minute mark, 0-0 between the Archers and the Cougars as Bobanek kicks it away.
That's a much better goal kick.
Yeah, way better than the last one. This one going past the halfway line.
Just sent out. Wow, so forcing a quick clearance and maybe a little bit nervous for the Archers.
Yeah, after those first 5 minutes, they started so hot, and they really cooled off here in the last 8 or 9 minutes. It's been a different team. And a corner coming from the Cougars. That's Garcia, who will bring it in for Illinois Central. It's a nice setup and a punch out by the keeper, Pasillas, and the Archers cleared away.
Nice clear. Ball could have been a little bit better into the box, though.
As a challenge by Chris Eduardo. There'll be a throw-in by Bakri. Nope. They'll switch it up. They'll bring Takuma Sadlau from Trinidad Tobacco, the sophomore, with the throw-in. Football.
Looks like they're trying to rush men up the field here, try and turn something in quick. I don't know, a couple minutes ago, each team kind of had that one chance each. I thought one of them would capitalize, but haven't seen anything yet. The elusive first tournament goal.
Yeah, both teams have had chances here. You can't say that they haven't, but no one's been able to capitalize on them. Perhaps nerves is the first game.
Absolutely. Nerves, especially in a national tournament like this, coming all the way across country or from the middle of the country.
Yeah, it goes a lot into it. I mean, people sometimes don't think of all the, the travel and you're staying in a hotel in a different place where you're not used to. And so it's not just show up and play. There's a whole lot that goes into it. Here come the Cougars. Sadlau.
There.
Fernandez now with the ball, number 88, the middle of the field. Sadlau. And that's Garcia. Back to Sadlau.
Two Archers defenders, really it seems like for every one backline Cougar offenseman. So it's really not letting these guys slip behind the St. Louis defense like you sometimes see. You always have two collapsing to the ball, and it's a great strategy for the Archers here in the first half.
Pacia kicks it away. We'll see if the Archers can make something out of this. They've had a few chances. Keep maintaining the ball. Here they come. Here's St. Louis. Trying to slice through this defense. Oh, off the back of Bakri.
That was a wistful shot anyway.
Yeah, perhaps few seconds too soon there. Didn't get a good setup on the ball.
But give the Cougars credit. I mean, every time St. Louis seems to charge in with a chance on offense, the defense kind of seems to spread out and take away all the passing options, so they make the shooter take the shot earlier than he wants to, and it's really seemed to work, and they've gotten the helping goal from Bobanek.
And the first meeting between these two teams, St. Louis scored at the 10-minute mark into the first half. So the Cougars doing a little bit better on defense, although St. Louis has threatened a few times here. Almost threatening again there.
Just barely. Nice idea to try and take a run down the side, but he wouldn't have had any men to cross it to the box to anyway.
And the sophomore, Bojan Bobanek, who's been busy here. He's been breaking a sweat. He's had 3 save opportunities so far in this match. And this one, again, a little short, Alex.
I mean, you're seeing, don't really need to explain why that's not good for them, that short.
Well, it's bringing St. Louis, you know.
Exactly.
Right into, on offense right again, giving them a great opportunity to score.
Right, you're going to kick it 10 yards shy of the midfield line to the middle of the field. It just seems like it's a 50-50 ball, and St. Louis has been coming out with those balls. So maybe place it a little differently, bring someone closer so you can make that shorter pass or get it over the midfield line.
A header by the Archers, and it goes over the net. That's the 4th goal on shot here today by the Archers.
I'll tell you what, Josh Graham there, good job of getting his head on that ball. I didn't think that was going to have a chance to go to the offense, but the defense wasn't even able to sniff it out, and the Archers find themselves another shot.
And Josh Graham with 6 goals and 2 assists on the season from Dukin Fields, United Kingdom.
As a defender.
As a defender, exactly. Impressive.
Yes.
Sadlau, but nothing happening there. And Pacias will be there to kick it away. A throw in by the Archers. Charlie Norman. Set up inside. And right into the hands of Bobanek. That was Chris Eduardo.
See what he was trying to do there, trying to save that ball from running out, but nice play by Bobanek to read it and understand that that was in his grasp.
Chris Eduardo with 13 goals, 11 assists on the season. He's 4 for 4 on penalty kicks. He's definitely a threat on offense for the Archers. Here's Forment Garcia.
Got a bit physical there defensively.
Yeah, a little bit. It's a big game. Garcia back with the ball. Defended by Norman. And now to Galik. Pass intercepted by the Archers. Kicked away by the Cougars now.
And really, I think you said it's a big game. Of course, it's a big game. Every game's a big game. But to touch on that, I mean, you're absolutely right. The first game of the tournament, is there – I'm not sure if there's really maybe more nerves, but maybe a little bit more pressure knowing that everyone's watching you and you're trying to set the pace for the whole tournament, really.
Of course. I think there's way more pressure that comes with being the first, opening act of a tournament or of anything. really, because all these eyes you can see, you mentioned it earlier, there's other teams in the tournament that are sitting around the field watching this matchup and watching this game. And fans, and of course, and expectations, especially for a team, you know, you got an undefeated team and you got perhaps a Cinderella story team, an underdog like the Cougars. So definitely a whole lot of pressure between these two squads.
And to go along with that, not to mention every coach that does not have a game or is not prepping for a game is scouting these two teams.
Oh, yeah.
Because, you know, you need the knowledge for later on, whichever team you're going to face later, whoever wins.
Of course. And there's scouts also in attendance. We talked to a few earlier, one from my alma mater, Oakland University.
And that was just by chance. It was the first one we saw,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
yeah, I saw the Grizzlies gear on him. He had the hat and shirt, and I was like, hey, go Grizzlies. And that's how we sparked up the conversation.
good conversation down there with Coach telling us he loves to look at the junior colleges because he thinks these players are more developed, more experienced, obviously, than the high school guys coming in. You know, they have 1 or 2 more years. They're more mature, and they really get that extra experience, which is huge to these guys. And, you know, we're seeing the scouts now pour in.
And a good job as Bakri there on Norman. And it'll be a throw-in by Norman and the Archers. Walters blocked away by David Gallick.
Well, each time they've had a set piece here from the corner, it's been threatening, so we're going to get another chance here and see what they can do.
Yeah, another corner by the Archers. You're right, they've been on target every time, and they've made Bobanek work here today. See if the goalie can come up with one more big save.
They're not all starting in the box here. They're bringing in and crashing them down.
Bobanek does get the save, but the Archers threatening again, and 2 saves by Bojan Bobanek, keeping it 0-0.
Wow. So start with the set piece into the box. Defensively for the Cougars, you must get somebody on that to clear that ball. Fell right in front of one of the Archers, able to get a shot off, but kind of whiffed. The rebound came, and then Bobanek does a great job of collecting himself, even maybe through some pain, to get that ball in the box.
A great job with a second chance effort. And Connor Walters there with a little pushing and shoving by the Archers. It will be Cougars ball, throw in by Illinois Central. Takuma Sadlau. And
got about 18 minutes to decide who's going to score maybe score the first goal of this half, and first and maybe only goal. And I think whoever does is really going to have the upper hand and ride momentum throughout the rest of the match.
the Archers and the Cougars tangling there. It'll be Cougars ball. Yeah, you're right, Alex. I think that'll be a huge momentum swing, whoever gets that first goal in net. The way this game has been going so far, whoever strikes first perhaps could end up with the W.
If you would have told me that as we first started the game, I would have said, no way, this game's going to turn out to be 7-6, but not quite.
Well, way different so far than the last meeting last week between these two teams. Like I mentioned, the Archers scored with 10 minutes into the first half and then put up 2 more goals. It was 3-0 at half.
Archers dug themselves a hole, or I should say dug the Cougars into a hole and really buried them, but haven't been able to do so here. They really haven't executed quite as much as they've wanted to, maybe.
Yeah, Chris Eduardo with 2 goals in that game against the Cougars last week. And this one will go out of play. It'll be Archers throwing it in.
It was a good ball. You just got to get men down in the corner there and maybe have a one-on-one there with the keep.
Tangled up, but doing a great job is Chris Eduardo. Some jersey pulling there by Fernandez.
Nice breeze coming in here.
Yeah, beautiful weather here today in Prescott, Arizona. The tournament is back. It was hosted here in 2014. And everyone doing a great job so far with this tournament this year.
Spoke to a couple people who were here in 2014. We were not, obviously, but they said the facility's much better, and it's evident here. I mean, it's beautiful.
Yeah, the pitch was great. We walked on it earlier. Even though this is a softball, baseball, dual field type of a field here, but it's still beautiful. The pitch was beautiful. The grass was very nice when we walked on it earlier, and so the coach said the same thing. Both coaches said the same thing when we talked to them in pregame.
Several turf fields around here, but utilizing the grass, and great to see that. Seems like more and more soccer's going off the pitch onto the artificial.
Walters using his strength there. The Archers threatening. We're at the 16-minute mark, 0-0 in the opening game of the tournament. Here come the Cougars.
An option here.
There's a little bit too much on that pass from Olisar Pincourt. It remains 0-0, almost at the 15-minute mark here. Alex, back and forth game, but the Archers have had shots and have had opportunities to score. Oh, here they go. No, but Bojanek comes up again with another save. Another missed opportunity, though, there.
I was going to say, I really thought that was going to be it. I mean, he really had everything dead to rights. A breakaway there, and he squandered it.
Yeah, Walters got away from the defender there. Just could not make it happen. And we have another player down, another Cougar. And right now we'll take a minute to remind you that NJCAA TV, the official digital video network of the NJCAA. And you can keep up with the latest news and updates regarding the NJCAA soccer by visiting the official website of the National Junior College Athletic Association at www.njcaa.org. As the ball right in the hands of Pasillas, and no damage done once again.
We'll be with you all day, all week, switching off between play-by-play and color duties. Keep things interesting for us as well.
Yeah, definitely mix it up for us. Hopefully we'll have a voice by the end of this tournament.
It's true.
There's Walters.
See if he can make some of this chance. He's squandered the last two.
Again, no, great job by Sadlau. And we've said his name a few times on defense, Takuma Sadlau from St. George, Trinidad Tobago. The Archers threatening, and we got a goal! At the 13-minute mark, St. Louis goes on top 1-0 with the early shot.
Well, it's Savino Liverniz with the goal. That ball was put into the box from the right side on the ground, had no airtime on it at all, and that allowed it to just skid right on the ground, right past the defense. Liverniz was able to get the foot on it, and right from there, it was into the goal. That was a beautiful play, setup and finish.
Now, Liverniz, with only 4 goals coming into this one, gets his 5th at a very crucial time here in the tournament. And the Cougars get it themselves in a hole here, 1-0. And we said, Alex, whoever gets the first goal, whoever strikes first, perhaps could get the momentum to swing their side and get the victory here.
Well, as if the Archers hadn't had the momentum there and what had happened. Now they score a goal and really got to assume that they're going to take that and continue to run. But, you know, don't count the Cougars out. Obviously, this is a team that has upset hopes.
Yeah, definitely don't count them out. Only 1 goal given. Could have been way worse. As Bojan Bobanak is to thank for that because he's been doing a great job in front of net. And now I think the Archers will play a little bit. They can take a breather. They can relax a little bit here, getting that first goal in.
I mean, nothing really he could do about that, obviously. Defensively, you just got to be able to clear the ball out and not let the offense get a clear shot on that ball. To look at this replay of the ball. There, I'm just saying, look at how it stayed on the ground right in between the defense and just allowed Livornese to get that right foot on it. A one-touch ball into the back right of the net. That was beautiful.
Savino Livornese has started 21 out of the 22 games this season for St. Louis. Here's a set piece by the Cougars. A good spot, but Vujovic couldn't handle it.
How about if they would have answered right there?
That would have been huge.
It would have been very impressive, but a good job able to at least generate something.
The 11-minute mark, 1-0. St. Louis on top over the Illinois Central Cougars. Of course, the Archers the favorite coming into this tournament as the #1 seed. But you never know what can happen.
Top 4 seed, St. Louis, Schoolcraft, Michigan, Yavapai, the host of this, and Tyler, Texas. See how many of those 4 teams are still in it by Friday.
Oh, this one could perhaps go in and just inches away. St. Louis can take a big sigh of relief.
Wow. Well, I don't even know what we would have said had that goal gone in. I mean, a #1 seed, undefeated, and that happens, we would have been at a loss for words there.
And even though that would have been a lucky goal for the Cougars, I think it would have been huge because they would have swung the momentum. Tying this ball game up with 10 minutes to go before half would have been big for Illinois Central.
And how much would it have deflated St. Louis? How embarrassing of a goal would that have been?
Big time, especially after you're up 1-0. Here come the Archers threatening again.
Like the option to pull up earlier there.
Walters. It's going to be a little bit wide. But again, another opportunity missed by St. Louis.
Just seems like the Archers' opportunities are so much better than anything the Cougars have been able to generate lately, and it's really showing.
Bakri getting it back to the center. It's Fernandez.
Single digits remain in this first half here.
At the 9-minute mark, 1-0 St. Louis over Illinois Central College. St. Louis Community College. Man, they're lucky. That last goal.
Oh, man. I mean, just a risky play to have come out that far. And I'm not sure how that even happened, what the miscommunication was, but that would have been tough.
The Archers looking to add one more perhaps before halftime. Walters. Can he save it?
Oh, man.
He's got his man.
Keep it with guys in the offensive zone here. We'll see.
Chris Eduardo there earlier had a shot, just a little bit off. That'd be Cougars' ball. But here comes St. Louis, keeping it, still threatening, keeping it on the Cougars' side of the field.
Miscleared attempt there by the Cougars.
A few miscleared attempts by Illinois Central. This ball goes out of play again. And now it'll be Illinois Central ball.
Well, sloppy play on both teams right there. Perhaps maybe just some fatigue needing to get substitutes on, but really didn't seem to be much energy going on there. And St. Louis could have had a better chance, but
yeah, we're at the 7-minute mark. Perhaps Illinois Central maybe thinking about halftime already.
Oh, I definitely needed something to regroup and rethink strategies. Offensively, nothing's been really working. Just been relying on the set piece and the corner ball, and it's not gonna win you a match.
Vujovic to Garcia, but no, he couldn't handle it. And it goes out of play.
And I like the idea, but just got to capitalize and get a little more touch on that ball. Seen a couple times sail out of bounds over the head of the intended target.
Yeah, Garcia didn't really put a whole lot of effort in that one either. A few steps away from the ball, but still. Archer's threatening again, trying to get one more goal perhaps before the half.
I thought I saw a handball there. I don't know if you saw that there, but I thought going up for it, Bakri got it right up in the shoulder. I guess it wasn't one, but I thought.
Yeah, the officials haven't called much here in this first half. It's been a pretty clean game. Although there's been a little bit pushing and shoving, they've let a few things slide.
That's good to see, though. I mean, you don't like a game that keeps having stoppage and stoppage time, a bunch of stoppage times added, so.
Yeah, you don't want the officials to be the stars of the game. That's
right.
Never a good thing. Here come the Cougars. That's Vujovic. Sets it up inside, but no. Two Archers there. And the keeper, Pasillas, getting the stop.
I think a little too unselfish there. I'd like to see him kind of make a move and try and create a couple feet for some space for a shot for himself, but he decided to make the pass with 3 defenders around.
Yeah, way too many light blue jerseys around him there to try to make anything happen. Right at the 5-minute mark, under 5 minutes now, 1-0. St. Louis over Illinois Central. Garcia's ball gets taken away by Walters. And there's Bakri. Still scrambling for the ball. There's a clear away by the Cougars, and here they come.
Just can't let that happen there. I mean, if that ball would have been scored on, that would have been a terrible mistake.
The dangerous Archers once again. Up 1-0. 4 minutes before half. That ball again, just not on target for Garcia. They got to do a better job setting him up. And Alex, what do you think the Cougars have to adjust here going into the second half?
No, they need to adjust a lot. To begin, they need to change their marking defensively and quit allowing the middle of the field to this St. Louis squad. And then offensively, they've got to try and find some other formation, maybe get some men back cutting the defense. But just relying on all these set pieces they're getting is not going to work. They're going to have to try and get live headers into the box and try and get their own, breakaway chances and give.
And also not slip up here and let another goal go in with 3 minutes before half.
Well, absolutely. I mean, I think a goal here is really the way they've been playing. That's going to put your chances real low here because St. Louis is playing better.
Garcia still fighting for it, though. You got to like that. And Pasillas clears it away. Goes out of play, back to the Cougars. But I think it'll be a victory if Illinois Central goes into the half just down 1. I think that will be a good sign for them, and then definitely will give them hope going into the second half.
Absolutely, especially when they look at the numbers that could have been. I mean, this very easily could be a 2 or 3-0 match right now in favor of the Archers, but non-execution and actually some solid defensive work at times from the Cougars has minimized this lead to only 1-0.
Bazoo loses the ball there for the Archers. And here come the Cougars looking to strike on the other end.
That's a good ball. You see how when the Cougars cross it, though, they have about 1 guy searching for that ball. When St. Louis does, 5 or 6 coming towards that ball. That's the difference there. I mean, you're not going to be able to find the head just of 1 guy. You need 4 or 5 for that chance, and that's going to be a huge key for them in the second half.
Yeah, you mentioned that's the difference in their records. That's why Illinois has been perfect this season. That's why they own a victory over the Cougars this season as well. Little over a minute before half, and the Cougars just looking perhaps to keep it to 1-0.
Lucky.
Yeah, you're right. It could have been easily a 3 or even 4-0 game here, as St. Louis has had plenty of chances to score. Well, we'll see how they come out in the second half. Great defending there by St. Louis.
See, and this is what they needed. Oh, wow, something just outside. Oh.
Another Cougar down.
Yeah, let's
Another Cougar down. We'll check on that in a few seconds. We'll be right back on NJCAA TV. Everyone, we'll welcome back Alex Larson and Grillo DeLeo here on NJCAA TV. We thank you for joining us as we're back from break. The Cougars seem to be okay.
Maybe just a tactic, honestly, to stall and prevent this kick from going in. Didn't really see anything. Now he's grabbing his shin guard. I'm not sure how you get hurt underneath your shin with those pads on, but
yeah, there's a little bit of acting going on here, but excuse me, not St. Louis, Illinois Central will get the free kick here.
All referees conferring with each other, seeing
this could be huge for the Cougars, perhaps to get a goal in here, or at least get a good shot.
Great opportunity. Yep, this is where, especially with the small amount you've had, you've got to be able to capitalize here because you don't know how many more chances you're going to get like this. I mean, right outside the box. This is huge.
And Garcia will be taking the free kick. Vicent Garcia, and the injured Cougar earlier was Alicier Pincourt, who seems to be okay, and you see him jogging there. He's from a small island near Barbados.
Trying to hear. It's funny that
Walter's there.
Yeah, Walter's trying to listen in, and Cougar's not too happy about that. Just giving him a smile. Good stuff.
Well, I think this stop of play here kind of helps out the Cougars a little bit, get adjusted. And it's a big opportunity for Illinois Central College Vicent Garcia, the man from Valencia, Spain, looking to set up a goal and tie it up before the half.
Making sure everything's just right.
Brendan Pasillas, the pressure's on him, the keeper for the Archers. Been doing also a great job here, saved a few nice goals. Garcia taking his time. Here we go. Way over. That was number 22 there, looking for the header, Christian Yuna. Just way over the man.
Yeah, they were going for the height there, cutting backside, far pipe. Try to just really blast it past the keeper there, sneaking by, but wasn't able to even find a head of a teammate.
Yeah, Yuna, the closest teammate, closest Cougar there, but just way over, a few yards away from him. A few seconds remain before the half. And it looks like the score will stay. St. Louis Archers 1, Illinois Central College 0. And Alex, so far, what have you seen? Especially, we'll start with the Cougars real quick, a quick recap. What did you said what they need to do? What do they need to adjust and try to get a goal and tie it up and perhaps get the win here?
Well, they need to start playing better defensively, just like the Archers have done. Really, to bring a basketball court in there, a full court press, really. I mean, every time the Cougars pass the ball, you got an Archer collapsing to him, and that's what the Cougars need to do here on the Archers, because they're finding all types of open field in the middle of the field, and that's giving the Archers these opportunities on offense.
And for St. Louis, they've had plenty of opportunities, a few missed opportunities. They're up 1-0, but it could have been worse. What do they need to do to strike on those opportunities that they get?
I think all you're saying here to your team, if you're Coach Mosby, is the fact that keep doing what you're doing. I mean, you're doing great. Not every shot's going to be a goal, obviously. It's soccer, but maybe turn some of these shots to shots on goal and make the keeper work a little bit more, because there have been some that have airmailed the net. So just keep the brand of soccer they've been doing, and it's going to all keep coming together for St. Louis.
We'll see who gets the first victory of the tournament. Keep it right here on NJCAA TV. We'll be right back for second half action.
Zone, caught, touchdown. The margin, Olympico, and a goal. Winds up shot, a goal, unbelievable.
NJCAA fans, the brand new NJCAA store is here. Visit shop.njcaa.org now to find the best NJCAA branded merchandise on the market. On your first order, be sure to use the promo code WELCOME10 and you'll receive 10% off your first order. With orders of $75 or more, you'll receive free shipping anywhere in the United States. So what are you waiting for? Visit shop.njcaa.org now and get your NJCAA gear today.
Winds up, shot, and a goal!
2 seconds to go.
Rangers, a long three. Hey!
Oh my goodness!
It's a walk-off base hit for Michael Smith.
It's an Olympico and a goal for Paradise Valley, J.C. Duncan. Well, here's the feed into Rodriguez to jam.
Welcome back to NJCAA TV. The St. Louis Archers up 1-0 over Illinois Central College Cougars. Alex Larson, Aguirre de Liu, and of course the goal by the Archers coming from the foot of Savino Livernees from Canvey Island, UK, the freshman who started 21 out of 22 goals. Alex, what did you see on that goal?
Well, it starts with a turnover from the Cougars and just really poor defensive play. And then I really like what St. Louis did there in changing up what they did to send the ball into the box. They've been arching it, really lobbing it, trying to have it fall right down on the heads. There they were going for a shot off the foot, and that's exactly what they got. Livernees was in the right place, right time, put it in the back of the net.
Yeah, Livernees getting his 5th goal of the season, and what a time to get it. A very crucial time here in the opening matchup of the NJCAA Division I Soccer Tournament Championship. And we'll be right back. It's the Archers taking on the Cougars. Second half action coming up in just a few minutes.
Now to find the best NJCAA branded merchandise on the market. On your first order, be sure to use the promo code WELCOME10 and you'll receive 10% off your first order. With orders of $75 or more, you'll receive free shipping anywhere in the United States. So what are you waiting for? Visit shop.njcaa.org now and get your NJCAA gear today. NJCAA fans, the brand new NJCAA store is here. Visit shop.njcaa.org now to find the best NJCAA branded merchandise on the market. On your first order, be sure to use the promo code WELCOME10 and you'll receive 10% off your first order. With orders of $75 or more, you'll receive free shipping anywhere in the United States. So what are you waiting for? Visit shop.njcaa.org now and get your NJCAA gear today.
Chipola wins the 2017 Junior College World Series.
Back to Cleaver for three, and she drains it.
Lane winds up shot and a goal. 2 seconds to go.
Rangers, a long three.
It's a walk-off base hit for Michael Smith.
It's an Olympico and a goal for Paradise Valley, J.C. Duncan.
Well, there's the feed into Rodriguez to jam.
Hello everyone and welcome back to NJCAA TV. It's the Archers and the Cougars along with Alex Larson. I'm Aguirre DeLeo and we thank you for joining us. It's St. Louis 1, Cougars 0 so far after one half of action. Alex, what a great goal by Savino Livernees, and to put up St. Louis up ahead. And of course the shots that they've had, we talked about all that. We talked about what the Cougars need to do to get back in this game. And the Cougars, they're a rich history. They've been at this tournament 8 out of the last 12 times. So they've been here. They're not, maybe they look like underdogs with that 12-seeded ranking and the record that they've had this season, but they've already been here 8 years. They've had the experience of playing at this level, playing this kind of soccer, and I think they're definitely credible enough to not only win here today, but to perhaps go far, maybe to be that Cinderella out of this tournament.
You know, especially if you make the right adjustments at halftime. You know, it's always interesting and important to see how each team fares off a halftime because of the altitude. You know, your legs, your muscles. You know, you never know what's going to happen with your lungs and your breathing, what that break's going to do. So, you know, if each team comes out with a different mindset and really trades how they've been playing in the first half and second half, then, you know, Cougars are going to make this a great match, and we're going to see extra time and maybe penalty kicks. Or not penalty kicks, I should say. You know, free kicks, but...
Yeah, whoever wins gets 3 points. Whoever loses gets 0 points, of course.
Yep.
And after each team plays twice, the top leader in each group will move on to the semifinals. And we'll have those on Friday. And then the championship game will be on Saturday right here on NJCAA TV.
Well-needed break on Thursday.
Yes, of course.
For us and them and the field, actually. This field, bunch of games. We'll be impressed to see how good of shape it is in, you know, when it comes to the end of the tournament.
No, that's exactly what I was thinking. You know, having all these games on one field for a day for 3 days straight, the field was going to take a beating, that's for sure. This tournament, as St. Louis will start with a kickoff up 1-0 over the Cougars. And fans, you can follow all the action of the 2017 NJCAA Fall Sport National Championship live on NJCAA TV. Go to www.njcaa.tv.com to view live and archive broadcasts of the national tournament for soccer, volleyball, and football. NJCAA TV is also available on Apple TV, Amazon Fire, Android TV, and Roku streaming platforms. NJCAA TV, the official digital video network of the NJCAA. Again, Alex Larson and Gideon DeLeo calling this game, and it was a pretty good half, Alex. A lot of opportunities, a lot of missed opportunities, and then St. Louis did what everyone thought they were going to do, get into the net and score a goal. We thought they were going to score more, but they'll take the 1-0 lead.
Oh, man, shot not even 30 seconds in.
As we say that, St. Louis, Eric Habanimana almost had another goal for the Archers.
Wow, I mean, a bit premature there, no angle, but, man, can't believe that they already got a shot.
The Cougars, hopefully they switch some things up at the half. Coach Oz Buckerden in his 18th season leading Illinois Central. In the last 6 games, Illinois Central is 5-1. So only 1 loss in the last 6 games. So the Cougars have a little bit of momentum coming into this one. Of course, that loss was to St. Louis Community College, this exact same team that they're playing here today.
Well, and of course, when you talk about it in the NFL, each team in the division plays each other twice, and doesn't matter really record or anything that happens. When you play each other twice in the same year, it's hard to beat that team twice.
Of course, and especially this close, only a few days apart. It's been a week apart since these two teams met. And a header there by the Cougars, number 96. Ball goes out of play. St. Louis ball. That's number 15, Justin Ernst. Number 5, Connor Summerhill. We'll throw it in. Saw the 5, didn't see the 1.
Next game, Kansas City and Schoolcraft at noon.
Schoolcraft, the number 2 seed out of Livonia, Michigan. And St. Louis and Schoolcraft 1 and 2 rankings all throughout pretty much most of the season. St. Louis came in at preseason ranked number 12. So perhaps a little bit of a surprise to go from 12 to 1 as the season progressed.
Well, when your goals against ratio is 92 to 11, you will garner some national attention.
Stats like those, they've opened up some eyes. Here come the Cougars. That's Garcia. The wind picks up here a little bit, Alex. Messing up our notes. We'll see how if it'll affect this ball game. And Brendan Pasillas will kick it away. He had a busy first half as well, doing a great job in front of the net. There's Sadlau right in the chest of the Archers.
Gotta get that ball out of there. Can't put it right to the opposition.
Ball goes out of play. A throw in for St. Louis. They go hurry up. And again goes out of play and remains St. Louis ball.
Like picking up the ball that fast and getting ready to go. And trying to slow things down here is the Illinois Central man, just by tying his shoe. Maybe seemed a little bit deliberate.
The old shoe tie.
Oh, yeah, and it can take you 2 seconds or 2 minutes to tie that shoe.
David Golick there. Oh, great save.
Wow, and he corralled it after.
By Bojan Bobanek. What a save. He's been a busy man in front of the net here, working up a sweat, but coming up with some great saves, keeping the Cougars in this game.
Just great work again. From his knees, able to corral that rebound. I mean, that's huge. These are the plays that are going to keep him in the game in the long run.
Garcia. There's Galick. Nice slide. And there's a whistle. We'll go the other way. '39th minute, 1-0 St. Louis over Illinois Central College. From Mountain Valley Park in Prescott Valley, Arizona.
We are in Prescott Valley, not Prescott, as we were hinted to a couple times from this couple spectators.
Here come the Archers. Looking to go up 2-0. Working on the right side there. And that's Alex Tahed, number 96 from France, the freshman, coming up with a nice save. Be a corner kick for the Archers at the 38th minute mark. Connor Summerhill there, gets the header, but no. Goes the wrong direction. Off the head of Connor Summerhill. Has 3 goals, 8 assists in 22 games. Started all 22 games for the Archers this season.
Really nice ball. Good job of Summerhill rising above all to get that ball, but just missing the top left corner. That would have really slotted a nice goal back there and made it 2-0 and probably would have made this lead insurmountable the way things are going right now.
Golick with the ball for the Cougars. And it's taken away by St. Louis. Here come the Archers. Connor MacArthur.
Nice ball.
And right into the hands of Bobanek. Bobanek. That's a good ball from him.
It is, and it's high.
He was struggling with that a little bit in the first half, getting it past the halfway point. Chad Abrams will throw it in.
Eight on, 22 off for St. Louis. Chris Eduardo checks back in.
Oh, nice slide by Abrams. Perhaps saving a goal. Here come the Archers. Setting it up for MacArthur. Inside, but it's headed away by Sudlow. But St. Louis gets possession again.
Just barely missing his guy.
And Golick clears it away. Here come the Cougars now.
Oh, that'll be a foul.
Oh, yeah. That's Chris Eduardo disputing it. But it was clear as day.
Yes, it was. Came in there and shoved him with the elbow or shoulder.
Andre Roca couldn't handle it and goes out of play. A throw in for the Archers. Here's MacArthur. Roca.
Nice move.
Andre Roca kicks it outside. 2 Archers in front of him defending. And the ball gets deflected, and here comes St. Louis the other way.
10 shots to 4 now in favor of St. Louis. That's a significant advantage.
Yeah, the Cougars really haven't had any threat on goal. They had that one that almost rolled in on accident. Here they come, though, right on cue. Great save by the keeper, Brandon Pasillas.
How about offside?
Oh.
How about an offside call? Look at the referee, still the flag up, and that is exactly what we were told at the beginning of the game. You can't go offsides.
Yeah, 2 goals in the last meeting were offsides from the Cougars against St. Louis last week, and it happened there again. Good eye, Alex.
I saw that ball just floating away from him and not grabbing the rebound, and I looked over and I can't even believe that. I mean, and especially if you're a Cougar, that's got to be frustrating.
That was a good missed opportunity by Illinois Central. Here they come once again. Another shot taken, but great save by Pasillas. That was Christian Yuna, the man from down under from Australia. Just couldn't get enough on the ball. MacArthur. Eduardo. And off the foot.
Trying to keep that one low on the ground again.
Yeah, Yuna was there to deflect it. We're at the 33-minute mark. 1-0, St. Louis over Illinois Central. A corner coming up by the Archers.
First of 4 games today.
MacArthur with the corner. Fighting for the ball, and a nice cleared away by Illinois Central. No damage done there.
Oh, man, that's... Yeah, well, keeper got, let's say, he got knocked in an area that is sensitive to males. Down right now, and...
Ouch.
That never feels too good, but...
Take some deep breath
yeah,
there.
Right.
From Bojan Bobanek, who's been a terrific keeper here today. And he's, I think, the big reason why the Cougars are still in this game. He's had some terrific saves.
1-0, but, man, it could be 3 or 4-0. Diving saves. I mean, he has outstretched his body several times. And it's really been a game of being denied so far for St. Louis, other than that 1 goal, which is really unstoppable.
Yeah, he's doing his part here tonight. He's got to get some help from his offense and defense, and the Cougars need to attack better and be more on target and with better precision here. 32-minute mark. 1-0 is your score still. Alex Larson and Gerrit de Leeuw up here calling the game. We thank you for joining us on NJCAA TV, where you can catch all of this year's tournament. We'll get all the games for you. 4 games a day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, off on Thursday, semifinals on Friday, and then the championship game on Saturday. Who will be there, we'll find out. St. Louis is the favorite, but we'll see if they can run the table and remain perfect all throughout the tournament. Nathan Moon. Fernandez. And it's Bakri now. Well defended by the Archers. It goes back to Alex Tahet, the Frenchman. Gets it back to the keeper.
Game's really slowing down here. I mean, now possession's valued a little bit more than it would be in the first half, especially for the Cougars as time starts to run down. And St. Louis is going to be certainly deliberate, not looking to force anything as they've got the lead and wanting to sit on it.
Yeah, the Cougars now trying to slice through this defense, but unsuccessful. Good slide by number 2, Charlie Norman. Up top to Buckery. And the Cougars looking to throw once again. A big shot taken, but right into the hands of Brandon Pasillas.
Well, that was a waste. A real hopeful shot there taken, but no chance, and all the time in the world to read that one on the one bouncer.
I believe that was Golick who had the only score these two teams, the last time these two teams faced each other. Here are the Archers. Buckery doing a nice job defending, and it's cleared away by the Australian. Yuna. Golick with the header. It's like anything you can do, I can do better. Both these teams just heading the ball back and forth. St. Louis looking to set it up, but Golick there clears it away. There's Fernandez. Gets it to Vujovic. Can he make something happen? 2 defenders in front of him, and the ball gets taken away by Chad Abrams. Abrams again with the ball. Trying to get it across, but it goes to the foot of Golick. Here's Vujovic. Fernandez. Gets his man Zana. Federico Zana! He scores! It's tied up!
Well,
they're discussing it, though. I don't see
no way this is going to be offside. There's no way this is going to be called off.
I don't see a flag.
Well, I don't know why. I mean, I don't know why this team is not celebrating as much as they are. That was the thing. The players on the field, I'm not sure. And it looks like it's going to be a goal kick.
Oh, no.
I mean, you couldn't write a story like this for the Cougars.
Wow. 2 goals taken away last meeting between these two teams from the Cougars. 2 goals here today taken away.
I mean, it's just timing. I don't know why that one was taken off. I don't know if it was offside, if you had a foul before on the ball, but...
Well, we didn't see a signal by the refs there, so that's very, very interesting. And it hurts the Cougars. St. Louis, though, looking to put a nail on the coffin as they saw that Illinois Central can definitely get the ball behind the net. Here's Moonlight. Oh, excuse me, Moon. Nathaniel Moon. Wow, what a switch of momentum there. That could have been huge for the Cougars. Perhaps they can get it back here.
What a shot. That was a great finish. Well, I guess would-be finish. I mean, geez, the Cougars. Unlucky, I don't know what you want to call it, but unfortunate is definitely one way to describe it.
Yeah, definitely, as Pasillas passes it off to his teammates. Livernice, who owns the only goal of the match so far. There's Buckery. Clears it away, and it goes out of play. Will be St. Louis ball. Well, what a game to open it up. This game has had excitement, has ups and downs so far, and we're only in our first one, Alex.
Yeah, just look at that bench deflated for the Cougars. And what a roller coaster we have had so far in emotions and goals in this game. I mean, maybe even should be up right now. You could argue for the Cougars.
Tahet gets it out. That's Garcia. Can pass the defender, goes down. Still lots of soccer. Excuse me. Still lots of soccer to be played here, Alex. 26-minute mark. I think Illinois Central, of course, they're disappointed that last goal didn't go. 2 goals have been called offsides, but still have to be happy with only being down 1 here. It's manageable, it's doable. And now they have a set piece, a free kick for the Cougars, perhaps another opportunity.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, you definitely do have to be encouraged, even though the goals are called back, but just got to turn 1 notch to try and change it in your favor.
There's Garcia being defended well. The Archers take the ball away. Got to do better with those possessions if you're Illinois Central. They get the ball back. Here's Moon to Yuna. Yuna coming back up the middle. Gets it to Golick. Nice pass by Golick.
Here we go. Oh, what a play.
Great play by Brandon Pasillas coming out in front to save that ball. Great job by the keeper from Winnipeg, Canada. 44 saves in the regular season. Has not allowed a goal in his last 3 matches. That was on October 24th. At the 24-minute mark, 1-0 St. Louis over Illinois Central College. And I think a lot of people, if you talk to them before this game started, Alex, I think they would have a different score for this game.
Yeah, well, and the stat line is kind of skewed as to what it should be maybe, but like we said, that's what you got to, and that's a mistake, that big mistake. You can't let that happen, but that's what you love about tournament, really any college tournament sports, you know, it's
anything can happen.
Yeah, uncertainty, right.
You have March Madness, this is November Madness, perhaps we'll see here out of the NJCAA Division I tournament for 2017. "24 minutes away is St. Louis from going victorious and getting 3 points.
Yeah, and Illinois Central now really needing to make the most out of every possession. I mean, time's starting to dwindle down.
You know, with a
You
nice
can't do that. You can't go down and try and sell a call that you're not going to get. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't mean to speculate, but
well, yeah, no, I agree with you. You got to be on the attack, especially with this much time going. And that's Federico Zana there from Genova, Italy, the freshman. It seems to be okay. The referee kind of probably telling him the same thing here, Alex.
Yeah.
And there's Golick.
Wow.
Nice shot. Wasn't any blue jerseys around there, though.
Right, I was going to say, I surprised with the placement of that free kick.
Thought he was going for the goal himself there. Here's Zana. Just stripped away by the Archers. Josh Graham, a great job defending there. And Pasillas with the goal kick will kick it away. Golick's there with the header, but it goes to a St. Louis jersey. Back the other way, Alex Tahet. He's there, but his pass goes nowhere. The ball is out of play. 22 minutes remaining in the match. St. Louis here with perhaps another opportunity. I know they would be more relieved if they had a 2-goal lead, because 1 goal is not enough. You never know when one can go in and tie it up.
Oh, that's when it gets dangerous defensively, when it starts bouncing off a bunch of heads like pinball or like, that's the game. Yeah, I think pinball, that's what I meant to say. That's when it gets dangerous for the defense, because you never know when it can find the head of an offense, and didn't there, but almost.
Yeah, playing hot potato there with the ball. The Cougars possession. They'll keep the ball here. Tahet. The Frenchman calling for his teammates. Got Yuna, but passes it to Moon. Moon's ball gets stripped away. There are the Archers, and this one goes back to Pasillas. There's Fernandez.
Wouldn't an insurance goal for St. Louis be nice right about now? Not have to worry about a late surge by this Cougar squad, but we'll see.
Yuna. Yeah, the Cougars will try to do everything they can to not let that happen. Yuna to Moon. Looks like they're trying to work this left side here. But St. Louis doing a great job on defense. Here's Bakri. Vujicic's pass was intercepted, and here come the Archers now the other way. No one there, and the header right into the keeper. International flavor by both of these teams. Lots of guys from different places all over the world, Europe, the islands.
And that's why these scouts come out. A nice run in the corner there. That's why these scouts come out really to, watch so much, because they know that the talent's here. It's not just guys that haven't made it collegiately at NCAA level. It's guys that are aspiring to get there and really have the talent, but they just need the maturity and some experience first.
Yeah, lots of great talent here. I've seen scouts from all over Cornell. I saw somebody from wearing a Cornell shirt. We have San Diego here in front of us, San Diego State.
Oregon State, a lot of conferences represented. The Ivy League, the Pac-12.
Yeah. I mentioned also earlier, Oakland University. Play out of Rochester, Michigan. There's a shot on goal, but right in the hands of Pasillas and the Cougars. A lot of their shots have been right in the hands of Pasillas.
Yes. Yep, and the ones that have been called off.
Yeah, exactly. The ones that found in that have been called off, exactly. Here's Tahet. He takes it back to Bobanek. Oh, great shot there by Chris Eduardo. But hits the back of a Cougar and goes out of play. Yeah, lots of great talent coming out of the junior college levels. A lot of players played in the Major League Soccer organization. And we'll go into that in more detail as this tournament progresses. Some of the schools that we're going to be seeing later on, they've had some of their graduates go on to play in the MLS.
Nice ball.
Yeah, perhaps the best of the day there.
Yeah.
Under 18 minutes now. St. Louis perhaps can feel the victory because they're slowing things down a little bit. Still attacking, though. I feel like the Cougars have to be a little more aggressive here. Down 1-0 with 17 minutes to play. Eric Habanimana with a soft touch right into Bobanek's hands. Connor Walters on the Archers, playing it off. Summerhill now. Noah Vazu. That's Livernice. Chad Abrams. And now Connor MacArthur. Goes back to Brandon Pasillas. And St. Louis really slowing things down and taking their time. Oh.
I'm not I think it was just funny. He jumped right away, and you heard the call, the summoning of for the ref to make a call from the whole bench.
I was gonna say, from this angle, it looked like he got kicked in the face, but he got up pretty quickly from that.
Yeah.
But it will be a free kick awarded to St. Louis. That's Connor MacArthur. Looks like he's going to be the one to take it.
That looks like 10 yards to me.
Oh, a little over. A little bit wide.
Yeah. I can't wait to see a goal, a free kick goal from there. Just slot in the top left corner. Oh, man. And the floodgates haven't opened up yet, but rest assured, I'm sure by the end of the day, we've got noon game, 2:30, 5:30. Sure we'll see it at some point.
Yeah, 3 more games coming up here today on NJCAA TV. Don't go anywhere. You can follow all of this great action on NJCAATV.com. And me and Alex will be here all week long with you guys, talking about these great games, these great matchups. Here's a kick.
Ooh.
What a shot by the Archers. I believe that was Connor MacArthur.
Jeez. Almost snuck right underneath the crossbar.
And now under 15 minutes to play in the game. The pressure cooker is heating up for the Cougars. See what they can brew up here in this last 14 minutes and change. Zana.
It's time to execute. It's now more than ever.
Yeah, Sadlo with the ball. It's taken away by St. Louis. Remains Archer's ball. Here's MacArthur. Gets it to Livernice. A little bit of pushing and shoving, and the refs are letting it go. It's kind of nice to see.
Oh, man.
Yeah, 19 looked like he had a shot there.
Yeah. Kind of seemed to let that ball travel more than it should have. He should have attacked it more, and he would have had a wide open shot.
That ball goes out of play off the foot of Christian Yuna. A throw in by the Archers. Yeah, I thought we'd see more goals in this opening game. We could, no. Alex, especially with a team like St. Louis coming in, all the stats that they had just off the chart coming into this one. But surprisingly, they've been quiet. Only 1 goal scored, 1-0, and we got now 13 minutes left to play before half.
Well, we said, I mean, this match started with full fury and shots coming galore, but then slowed down, and that's really the intrigue of this tournament. Just anything can happen at any given time, and 1-0 here. This is still absolutely a game, and despite how momentum has gone and shifted and how this game has really been captured by St. Louis as far as energy-wise, the Cougars are still statistically in this game. I mean, all it takes is a goal, and that takes 5 seconds to score. So all they need is any chance. And we almost saw their own goal right there.
And that's the beautiful thing about this game, is it can happen at any time. A goal can strike at any time, and another Cougar down.
That's a cramp, but
yeah, the ref will stretch it out to him. 12-minute mark, 1-0 St. Louis over Illinois Central College. Wind definitely picking up here. But a beautiful shot with the mountains in the backdrop. Not a bad day for November.
not at all. Even better for some soccer.
And that's number 88, David Alvarez Fernandez. And this gives both teams a little bit of time to stretch and relax here. But I think if you're Illinois Central, you definitely have to kick it up a notch. Because if you're St. Louis, you're playing on defense now. You're just trying to prevent any more goals from being scored. And I guess you'll take the 1-0 victory, getting the 3 points.
Absolutely. I mean, you'll take him any way you can get him in the tournament. Doesn't matter how. And
as long as you get the points and you can advance somehow, doesn't matter what the final score is. If it's 1-0, 3-0, or 7-6. Cougars threatening. Roca couldn't handle that one. We'll go out of play. It'll be St. Louis ball. There's Andre Roca inside to Vujovic, but way too many defenders around him. Roca trying to get it back, and it does remain Cougars' possession. Roca with the throw in to Vujovic. Goes off of 2 St. Louis players, and there is Pasillas once again with a save.
I saw what they were trying to do, but
yeah, it just wasn't executed right. They didn't see those 2 light blue jerseys in front of them, and St. Louis keeping up the pressure on defense. Josh Graham down for the Archers. The freshman out of the UK had 6 goals, 2 assists in the regular season for the Archers, the #1 seeded team in this year's 2017 NJCAA tournament. Now, we had a pretty smooth first half and most of the second half, but now these last few minutes, we've had a few injuries or fouls or a few stoppages, we'll say.
just had a teammate massage his calf out there, and all good.
Back to go. Make sure pack some bananas with you, some potassium. Pasillas with the goal kick. There's Roca there, as well as Fernandez. And Fernandez with the ball, and the Cougars in another whistle. Another Archer down. More cramps.
Yeah. Don't really know what to say about that.
And I'm sure, again, we mentioned it earlier a little bit in the top of the game, altitude and, you know, playing in this type of weather. Both of these teams are up in the Midwest. The weather obviously a whole lot different up there now, especially this time of the year. It's in the 40s. And it snowed in some places. I saw in Chicago it snowed a few days ago.
You know, absolutely environment and climate and factor here, but like we said, it's the teams that can adapt the best. They're going to have the best chance, the greatest chances to win it all.
Yeah, all the factors you got to go through in the tournament setting, and it's truly a gauntlet, whoever comes out on top and truly deserves the trophy in the end. Little over 10 minutes remaining. Here's Vujovic. Sets up inside, but is blocked by the Archers. And another Archer down. They're falling like snowflakes back home.
Well, this is getting a little bit excessive here. 10 minutes to go, you know, just stay on your feet, finish the game here, and come out with a W.
Yeah, and then up next, Alex will have Schoolcraft, the #2 seed, taking on the #11 seed, Kansas City, Kansas Blue Devils. Should be another great matchup. And don't go anywhere. We'll bring you the action right here on NJCAA TV. Be our second game of today's action, today's lineup. Total of 4, like we mentioned.
Nothing but fun.
Yeah, so far so good with one game almost under our belt here. A little over 10 minutes remaining. And I'm surprised the Cougars aren't putting more pressure and aren't attacking as as much as I thought they would be. Down only 1 goal with under 10 minutes now. You thought they would turn it up a little bit here.
And speaking of coaches, here comes the GCU coach, Grand Canyon University. So now both of our schools represented by
yeah.
scouts here.
What are the chances?
Well, actually, way better for GCU.
Why is that for you? Yeah.
You're Oakland coming all the way here from Michigan, but
yeah, way better chance of seeing GCU here than Oakland University.
Yeah. It's an hour and 10, 20 minutes.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Nope.
And you covered the GCU team, the soccer team over there.
Men's and women's. Each team making it to the postseason. Women's team actually getting a win, making it the semis, but fell off 1-0. And the first, actually, year of Division I competition.
Nice. Congratulations to them and both teams and both coaches.
But under 9 minutes to go here, and Illinois Central's got to really do some runs just like this here.
Here they
Can
are.
we stay on side?
Andre Roca. Yeah. No. Nothing doing. Great defending by Summerhill. Connor Summerhill there.
It's what separates the 1 seed from the 12 seed, and you know it's kind of evident that's a pass that must be completed, and you've got to have a connection there.
Yeah, better ball placement there by the Cougars. And for a minute, I was going to say the Cougars look like they're playing like they're the ones up 1-0. They really have to turn it up here these last few minutes. And St. Louis attacking on the Cougars side.
Oh, man.
Oh, almost a goal by. That's the guy, Savino Livernice, the owner of the first goal.
Yep.
And the only goal, almost had a second.
Oh, man, and that would have, oh, wow. And that would have been the goal I was talking about, right? From 10 yards outside the box, hitting off a bar, man.
Yeah, that one from distance by Livernice, just hitting the top of the post. That one definitely would have sealed it up. But a set piece here coming up from the Archers. That's MacArthur, Connor MacArthur, the freshman out of Scotland.
That's shot, I'll tell you what. Ringing off the iron. Could be heard from all over the land.
Yeah, you heard the ding up here also. Here's MacArthur.
Pour some salt in the wound.
A little bit out, a little bit wide. And MacArthur had 18 goals with 12 assists on the season. Does not connect on that one. And Bolick will kick it. A little over 6 minutes to play. His team down 1 in the opening matchup in group play. Of course, St. Louis, the city, trying to get a Major League Soccer team going. They put a bid in to be an expansion team in the MLS for 2020. We'll see if they get that dream to come true. There's a big following down there with their USL team.
I'm looking to add another professional squad to that city. One leaving, add another one.
Yeah, they
the
lost
Rams going out to L.A.
Yeah, the beloved Rams.
And how about the move for the Rams? It was the best thing they could have ever done.
Yeah, the first year was a little shaky out there. Oh, almost another
goal.
Crossbar. Another crossbar.
And then falling almost. Wow, well, yep. You can see now that St. Louis has kind of calmed down and they know that this is their game, really. I mean, you know, obviously still 5.5 to go, but 2 off the crossbar. Are you kidding me?
Almost back-to-back. That was Noah Vazu on the last miss. But here come the Archers once again, perhaps.
Again?
Chris Eduardo, no.
No, that was a good attempt, though.
A good sequence there by the Archers. There's Moon. Gets it off to Zana. Zana still fighting for the ball. And it's Vazu who ends up with it. Kicks it out to Eduardo. Nice moves by Eduardo. Oh, inches away. Another almost goal by Chris Eduardo.
Yeah, it's going to be a corner. That was a nice save.
In the last 2 minutes, St. Louis almost with 3 goals.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
And it's the opposite team turning it up here. It should be the Cougars down 1, should be turning it up in these last few minutes, but no, it's St. Louis.
I mean, anything can happen in soccer at any minute, and I mean, been 1-0 all match. How about if you scored 2 to make it 3-0? That would really impact the scoreline.
There's Livernice.
Not even wanting it down there.
And it goes out of play. Alex Zet, the Frenchman, to the Australian. Told you, international flavor in this game.
2 more Midwest really games coming up. Schoolcraft and Kansas City in the next slot.
Yeah, that should be a good one also. I'm excited to see the Schoolcraft team. Like I mentioned, they were ranked number 2 all season long, or most of the season. Was excited to see them play in person. Zet. It's got Vujovic.
Ouch.
Gets hit from behind. The number 18, Josh Graham. Vujovic gets up quickly. There's Yuna.
I'll tell you what, though, wouldn't it be absolutely incredible if they were able to score here? And wouldn't that just put a dagger into the hearts of this St. Louis team because of the 2 opportunities they had there? You know, they definitely feel like this should be their game, and so.
Yeah, if a small mistake can happen in the last 2 minutes and some change, would be very disappointing for the Archers.
Yep. I mean, now they're just trying to shoot any means necessary. That was a turnaround shot from about 15, so.
Yeah, that was Garcia with that look. A little over 2 minutes here from Mountain Valley Park in Prescott Valley, Arizona. The first match of the day. The Archers and the Cougars battling it out. Who will get the first 3 points of the tournament? We'll find out in just over 2 minutes, unless we see something crazy, Alex, and get a tie.
I mean, I don't see.
There's another Cougar down there. We can't tell.
Yeah, I don't.
Which one it is.
I'm not sure. I mean, I guess you could credit it to the altitude, but man, it just seems like they're dropping like flies out here.
Yeah, it's surprising, especially these last few minutes of the game. We've had more of these players go down, and it seems like it's from cramps. Obviously, don't want to speculate up here, but it's something that, you know, goes into that preparation that we talked about. You know, you got to make sure you're hydrated, make sure you warm up, you know, make sure you come out here on time and get adjusted to the air and the altitude and the conditions around you. So, obviously, these teams have been playing all season long, and it's not like it's, you know, the beginning of the season. So we shouldn't be seeing this many players cramp up. But again, it's a different playing field out here in Atmosphere.
Absolutely. And some of these teams, just depending on when they came in, had more time to get used to it than others.
The Cougars, perhaps a last-ditch effort, under 2 minutes now. Here's Zana. Go back to Alex Tahit. Sudlow to the top of the field. To the right side. He's working that right side. Here they come. Here come the Cougars, perhaps. And no, St. Louis once again puts a halt to that offensive drive. Nice slide by Fernandez. Here's Moon. It's got Zana.
It's got to be perfect.
Big moment for Zana. Inside. Oh. They got a chance, but no.
Gosh.
Golick shot goes way over the net. Great opportunity missed there by the Cougars with a little over a minute, Alex.
Well, there is a reason why these teams are seated where they are and had the seasons that they had. That was an absolutely perfect ball into the box, right onto the foot, and that opportunity was botched. Ball wasn't able to settle on his foot and just too much on it, way over the net, didn't even test the keeper.
Yeah, Federico Zana with a perfect placement. Golic just could not finish. Here's Yuna, and Casillas jumps up for that one. And a crucial save. Under 30 seconds. The Archers
going to be able to stave it off.
Yeah, looking to dribble this last few seconds out here. Under 15 seconds.
10, 9, 8,
Alex Tahit.
7, 6, 5,
And that will pretty much do it here as Moon takes one last shot. But that would be a miracle. And that's how it's going to end. The St. Louis Archers win this one 1-0 over Illinois Central College. The Cougars get 0 points. The Archers with 3 points. We'll be right back to recap this ball game between the Archers and the Cougars right here on NJCAA TV.
Zone. Caught. Touchdown.
The Martin Olympico and a goal.
Winds up shot, a goal. Unbelievable. Lane winds up shot, a goal. 2 seconds to go.
Rangers, a long three.
Oh my goodness! It's a walk-off base hit for Michael Smith.
It's an Olympico and a goal for Paradise Valley, J.C. Duncan.
Welcome back to NJCAA TV, along with Alex Larson, Amagiri DeLiu, and the St. Louis Archers win over Illinois Central College 1-0 and get 3 points in the first game of group play. Alex, obviously the only goal of the game. We thought it was going to be more high scoring, but Savino Livernice out of the UK came up big with the only goal of the game and got the 3 points from St. George Trinidad Tobago.
Tried to emulate this goal again by keeping it on the ground into the box, right onto the foot. And actually, they got pretty much, I should say, Illinois Central got almost an identical chance at the end of the game with about under 2 minutes to go on the ground into the box, right to the foot. But that shot was put well over the net, and that's what really separated these two teams, was executing and completing what needed to be done.
Oh, yeah, well, you said, teams, that's why you get a number 1 seed and a number 12 seed. And you'd like to think, hey, it's a tournament, it's brand new, everybody starts from scratch, it's 0-0. But when the match starts, notice little mistakes like that Illinois Central did not capitalize on, and St. Louis did. That's why they got 3 points, and the Cougars end up with 0 points here.
Well, finally, I mean, you just got to think back to the opportunities the Cougars had, and 2 goals called back. Perhaps the most shocking one was this one. I mean, really no one had any idea what happened, if something happened before the play or after. But an absolutely beautiful, perfect passing. It ended up falling, but we didn't see a call. And actually, someone came up to us in that break right there and asked us what they saw too. So not sure what it is, but either way, disallowed. Didn't do something right.
Yeah, big missed opportunity there by the Cougars, and of course, St. Louis had a few other goals that could have gone in, and they'll be happy with the goal from Savino Livernice. And that came at the 15th minute mark. 1-0, your final score. St. Louis gets 3 points, 0, unfortunately, for Illinois Central College in the first matchup of the game. Don't go anywhere. Me and Alex will be right back to call the next game. It's Schoolcraft against Kansas City, Kansas, right here on NJCAA TV. We'll be right back.